is the learner book for grade 5. Today we will revise first lesson. Lesson 1, investigating plant growth, in which the first lesson about seeds and fruit. We can find the seed in different fruit, but seeds are not similar, different sizes, different shape. The apple has been cut in half to show the seed. You can see the seed size. You can see the size of the seed, the apple seed, like this avocado, like this bean seed, and a poppy fruit. The different seeds are different sizes and different shape. What's inside a seed? Are seed alive? The first thing is that you know about seed. Is it alive? Obviously, seeds are alive. Seeds might look dead, but they are not. Seeds grow into new plants. They are tiny plants inside the seed. So obviously there is a tiny plant inside a seed. So it's alive. That start to grow when it has all the things that it needs. The tiny plant inside the seed, it's called an embryo. An embryo, the seed also has a food store. An embryo get the food from food store. So embryo get the food from the food store. So like this, a seed, it's alive for many years. So this is inside the seed food store. The outer cover, seed coat, and this one scarred when seed was joined to fruit. An embryo, a tiny plant inside the seed, it is called an embryo. So food store provide the food to the small plant, to the embryo. Seed coat protect the seed, the outer cover of the seed, which protect the seed after the scar, where seed joined to fruit, and at the last embryo, a tiny plant inside the seed. Embryo take the food from food store. What about question? What does what does the seed need? Why does a seed need a food store? Obviously, a seed need a food store for what? A seed need food store. Embryo can get energy from where? From food store. So that we can say the embryo can get energy to grow into a new plant. So embryo take the food from food store. That is why we can say seed need a food store. Without food store, from where a seed can get energy, or seed inside a seed embryo, a tiny plant, from where get energy? Obviously from food store. That's why a seed require a food store. Why does the seed need a seed coat? A seed coat to protect inside the seed, to protect inside the seed. This is the seed coat. So the seed coat protecting the seed. There is a tiny plant inside the seed. So seed coat protect the seed. What do you think to see that the seed needs to make it start to grow? What do you think the seed needs to make it start to grow? This we will discuss in the next lesson. What are the conditions for the seed germination? What you have learned in this lesson or the summary. It's written here at the end of the lesson. Seeds are found in fruit. Obviously, we are founding the fruit. We are founding the seed in the fruit. They are inside the fruit. Seeds are inside the fruit. The embryo, what is an embryo? A tiny plant inside the seed. What's a seed coat? Seed coat protect the seed, or you can say cover. Seeds are covered by a seed coat. And seed contain a food store, which provide the food to the tiny plant, to a small plant, to an embryo. After this, lesson 1.2, how seeds grow. How seed grow. This is the second lesson in which we learn about how seed germination process start. What is germination? The process in which seeds start to germinate or seeds start to grow. So how seeds grow? If a seed is given the right conditions. What are the right conditions? The first thing, embryo should be alive, and after this, seed needs air, water, and warm place. Air, water, and warm place. So these are the three conditions. These are the three factors for the seed to grow, or you can say start germination. When a seed start to grow, we say it germinates. This process is called germination. So the seed used its food store to give it the energy. So seed get the food store food from where? From food store, which inside the seed. So the seed shrivel and becomes small after germination. Here are the stages you can see here. The first stage in which a seed absorbs water and soil. And the second stage, the first root start to grow. Then the root grow downward into the soil, and then the first shoot start to grow. These are the stages for seed germination. After this, the shoot grow upward above the ground. So after this, the first leaf grow. The first leaves grow. So first root grow downward, and first shoot grow upward. Seed can live without germinating for years, for many years, until the condition become suitable. The oldest seed known to germinate was a 1300 years old lotus seed found at the bottom of a lake in China. This is the lotus plant seed found in China, 1300-year old. So seed can live for a long time. Seed can live without germination for a long time. After this question answers, why do seeds need to absorb water? Why do seeds need to absorb water? Seed need to absorb water to start the germination process. To start the germination process. So water is the main requirement, one of the factor for seed germination. Question number 2. Which part of the new bean plant grow first? Obviously, the first root. The first root is the first part to grow, which suggests a reason why this part grow downward in search of water. In search of water, therefore, the first root grow downward in search of water. Question number 3. In which direction down does the first shoot grow and why? So the first shoot grow upward. The first shoot grow upward. It need to break through the soil to get light. Obviously, when it's get bigger, when it's changed into plant, then it's need sunlight to making its food. Now food store finish. When the seed shovel, seed germination finished, and now there is a new plant. There is a tiny small plant. So it's grow upward from the ground in search of sunlight, because plant make their food and their leaf with the help of sunlight. With the help of sunlight, plants make their food in their leaves with the help of sunlight. So first shoot grow upward, and in the fifth stage you can see here there are leaves, two leaves. So the plant making their food in their leaves. So after this, there is no need for any further for food store. Why do you think the new leaves start to grow above the ground? Why do you think the new leaves start to grow above the ground? The new leaves start to grow above the ground. Why? Because they need light. They need light. They need light to make food. They need light so they can make food for the plant. Because as plants make their food in their leaves. Question number 5. Why do you think the seed shrivel and becomes smaller after germination? Becomes small after germination. Why do you think the seed shrivel and becomes small after germination? So the seed shrivel and become small after germination because the food store gets used up during germination. The food store get used, now finished, now finished. Now plants make their own food with the help of their leaves. With the help of their leaves. So the leaves grow up from the ground and in search of sunlight. When the leaves get the sunlight, they are making food for the plant. After this, what you have learned, seed, seeds start to germinate if the conditions are right and the embryo is alive. What are the conditions? Warm place, water and air, and the embryo is alive. The food store gives seed the energy they need for germination. After this, seed absorb water to start germination. Seeds absorb water to start germination. This is the first stage also for germination. The new roots grow up downward. The new root grow downward first, followed by the new shoot, which grows upward. Lesson 1.3: Investigating germination. Why do germinating seeds need? Why do germinating seeds need? Some seed when they have the right condition, obviously, then like the previous lesson, what are the main condition, main factor for seed germination? Warm place, water, and air. These are the three factors. These are three conditions for seed germination. These are all about activities. If you did the activities, so it's better you can reply the answers for these. How can you make sure that this is a fair test? This is about activity. For this activity, you need two jar with dry soil and two jar with wet soil. So place one jar of the dry soil and one jar of the moist soil in a warm place, and place one jar of dry soil in the one jar of moist soil in the cold place. It means two jar, one dry soil and one moist soil in the cold place, and the other two on the in the warm place. And then after some days, 7 days or 10 days, after sorry, at least 3 to 4 days or 8 to 10 days. After this, you need to observe what will happen to your jar, and after this, you need to record all your observation. How can you make sure this is a fair test for any kind of activity? For any kind of activities, how you make sure you're making a fair test? Obviously, boys, if you want to about fair test, you should give the other thing to your plant, to your seed properly. If you want a fair test, we are making investigation about the plant can the seed can germinate in the wet soil or dry soil. So other things like the seed, total number of seed, we should put number of seeds in equal amount in each jar, and put on warm place two jar and put the other one on cold place. Like this, you can say this is a fair test. And also we are repeating again and again. These are all questions about the activity. So if you finish the activity, you can reply the answer easily. What you have learned in this lesson: seed germinate when they have right conditions. Obviously, seed start germination process when they have right conditions. Warm place, what are the right conditions? Warm place, air, and water. Seed need water, warmth, and air to germinate. These are the three factors. Seed do not need light. to germinate. So you don't need any light for germinate because there is a food store. So seed get energy from the food store. So it's no need to sunlight to germinate. Lesson 1.4: Why? What do plants need to grow? What do plants need to grow? So you can see here two plants. Both are healthy? Obviously not. This plant healthy and this one no. So plants need certain things from the environment. Until here about seed germination, about seed. Now it's the plant. The topic for plant started. So what do plants need to grow? Obviously, plants need to grow. Plants need to grow water, warm place, light and air. So plants need four factors for growing well. Plants need water, warm place, light and air. Water, warm place, light and air. Plants need these four factors. For seed germination, three factors. But for plant, there are four factors. For plant growth, it needs four factors: water, air, warm place, and light. Plants need water so that they can have strong stem and firm leaves. Like this, most plants grow best when they get warm. Most grow better if it is not too hot or too cold. Plants make their own food. Plants make their own food in their leaves, but with the help of sunlight. Plants are living things. Living things need air. Plants without air will die. So also plants need air. After this, light energy is a factor that plant to grow. That help plants to grow. Plants need the energy. Plants need the energy. It's the sunlight. So plants take energy from sunlight for making food. To make food. There you can see a table. Ashok, he has a plant, how to plant looks. He has plant with the green and healthy, green leaves and healthy condition. Okay, after this Marco, after this Leo and Tariq. They have different information about different plants. So Ashok and his three more friends, Marco, Leo and Tariq. Ashok, green and healthy. So grow a plant and centimeter 25. After some time they check their plant. So their friend, the result like this. Ashok, green and healthy 25 centimeter. Marco, 18, Leo 6 and Tarek is 14. What plant grew the best? Obviously, Ashok plant grew the best. Whose plant grew the worst? Leo, this one, 6 centimeter. Why did your plant look dry and brown? Actually, Leo didn't water the plant. That's why it's 6 centimeter. Number 4. Why was Marco plant smaller than Ashok? Why was Marco plant smaller than Ashok? His plant got very little light, and also it was under the bed. That's why. Why was Marco plant smaller than Ashok? Smaller than Ashok. So he put his plant where? In the shade. He put his plant in the shade. Mark plant obviously it's going good. This one about 18 Marco. 18 centimeter. What's the reason? The reason is that they put why was Marco Planta smaller than Ashok? He put his plant in the dark, not catching enough sunlight. After this, question number 5, explain why Tariq plant was thick and weak. Tariq plant was thick and weak because his plant was under the under the bed under the bed. That's why his plant weak and thin. Question number 6, our prediction. Okay, what you have learned in this lesson? Plants need factor from the environment to make their growth. The factor plants need light, energy, air, water, and warm place. Lesson 1.5, plants and light. Plants need light. Why plants need light? Plants need light for making their own food. Light for making their own food. So plant making their own food in their leaves. In science learner book, grade 5, we mostly have activities, and after activities we have different questions. So you can see here a table. This is about the plant, their record, height in centimeter, number of leaves, increasing or decreasing, color of stem and leaves, it's increasing or decreasing. And after this, general appearance, it's looking healthy, unhealthy. These are all questions most about from activity. Okay, draw a fair test to show that plants need air to make them grow. Obviously, okay. If you put your hand on your mouth and just stop your breath for little time, so you can check without air. We cannot. Without breathing, we cannot try. So air and breathing same. What you have learned in this lesson? Plants need light energy to grow well. Plants need light energy to make food in their leaves. Plants need light energy to make food in their leaf. After this, we have check your progress. The last lesson for unit 1. Match the word. Match the word in column A2 with the meaning in column B. Seed. There are 5 options. Seed. The outer cover that protect the seed. Now, when a seed start to germinate, everything around us, part of a plant that can grow. Part of a plant that can grow into a new plant. Yeah, this is the correct one. Part of the plant that can grow into a new plant. So this option is correct. Embryo. What is an embryo? A tiny plant. Part of a seed that grow into a new plant, a tiny plant. This is good. Seed coat protect the outer layer, outer cover that protect the seed. Germination, germinate when a seed start to grow, and at the end environment, everything around us. Done, boys, until here. After this, question number 2. Copy and complete this sentence and use the word in the box to help you. We have different word food stored: factor, air, shoot, root, swell, warmth, up, down, absorb. When a seed start to germinate, when a seed start to germinate, it's it dash water, it's absorb water and shrivel. It's absorb water and swell. Yeah. So we write here swell. The seed get energy from its obviously from its food store. Seed get energy from its food store. The dash is the first part of the new plant that start to grow. Obviously, what the first root is the first part that it grow. Obviously, roots grow downward. Roots grow downward and should grow upward. Should grow up. It's grow down. The dash grow next. It's grow up. The first, it's written here. What I will write here, shoot. This one. The first shoot grow next. Okay, done everyone. So first root grow downward and first shoot grow upward. So it grows down. We are talking about seeds. It grows down. The first grow, the shoot grow next, and it's grow up. Seed need water, air, and light and warm place. Seed need water, air, and warmth, warm place. So we write here warm. So seed need air to and warm to germinate. Light is a dash. Light is a factor. Light is a. So we write here factor. After this question, here is a picture of a germinating seed. Write down the names. Write down the name for each part. The first root, the first root, and like this, the first shoot, seed coat, and this one, seed coat, the outer cover. This is scar, joined with the new plant, scar, and the fourth one, first root, first root. Again, first shoot, first root, scar, Okay, boys, done. This is the last question. Each plant in the picture is missing one of the light, and one of the factor it's need to grow. One of the factor it need to grow. What do you think? What are the main factor? These both plants are unhealthy. These both plants are unhealthy. So the plant A, you can see it's growing up. It's mean it's missing light. So plant A, it's missing light. Okay. Plant B and plant B missing water. That's why it's growing up, but no water, not working. Okay, boys, take care. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.